welcome and welcome back to the adventures of the most diabolical man in the Star Wars universe, and a man putting the dark back in dark side. A Sith that, despite at times having the intellectual capacity of a drunk chimpanzee, has stopped at nothing, smashing down all that stand in his way.
Oh my god, it's Galactitad! Can I have an autograph?
In his journey to becoming the most powerful Sith the galaxy has ever seen, in this next adventure, our hero, now at the top of the food chain of the Empire, uncovers a new foe, one that will test him to the edge of his abilities. How will this next Star Wars epic unfold? Following the story of a Sith that not fearsome foes,
He's going to need a new pair of pants.
not companions, relatives, or even basic decency will stop the rise of Galactitad. Galactitad, after now rising to the rank of the Emperor's wrath, we find him on his Imperial starship feeling restless on where to turn his unquenchable thirst for destruction next. So, with his Twi'lek companion Vet in tow, heads to the careers office on Nar Shaddaa for some guidance on who or what to turn his sights onto next.
Welcome to the Nar Shaddaa Careers Office. Subject: Galactitad. We have the following options for your next adventure. The obligatory shitty sequels. We already have a constantly slightly constipated looking child ready for you, sir. Option 2. The Dingleberry follow-on adventures. Once again, we have the brand new circular droids for you to utilize during these missions. Well, we do have a final adventure in a location that includes an all-female coven. However, sir, there is one catch with that one.
Okay, hard to argue with that one.
Frustrated, Chad returns to his ship to sagely contemplate on his well-earned achievements within the Sith.
What the buggery bollocks was that?
Shaking off this disturbing vision, Chad decides to cheer himself up with a visit to the Imperial Relay for a spot of retail therapy, leading to a rather awkward conversation with his first officer, scuffed Josh Strife Hayes, who still harbors regret for epically betraying him.
My lord, after all we've been through, the good and the bad, I am dedicated 100% to you and your legacy.
That's okay, Josh. But for being such a traitorous cockwaffle, you will have to wear the hat of shame for the rest of your most likely hilariously short life. Blasting down to the Imperial Relay and sliding around some of the stores, Chad is stopped by a droid who may just have the opportunity he's been looking for.
So, you're the one the Emperor chose as his wrath. Well past time we've had a proper talk, I should think.
What's this all about?
You represent the last, most vital piece in my plan to shake the Republic to its very core. I'd say more, but it's better we speak in person. I promise you, together we will change the face of the galaxy. Starting with the planet Tython.
Well, it looks like a member of the Dark Council, Darth Arcus, has a plan to take another swing at the Republic, and Chad wastes no time taking the turbo lift down to meet him and his associates. Even if it seems one of them is still in timeout, Darth Arcus explains that he has hatched a plan to attack a Jedi temple on planet Tython, to crush the Republic's morale, and steal a whole host of valuable artifacts to further study the ways of the Force.
Promising leads have been rare ever since Imperial intelligence was effectively dismantled. However, a source I personally trust has alerted me to a hole in Tython's planetary defenses. If we act fast and strike hard, it will absolutely ruin Republic morale.
A task that both feel is perfectly suited to our walking lawsuit of a hero.
Succeed in this, and together we will have signaled the beginning of the Republic's most humiliating end. Glory for the Empire!
Grabbing his supplies for the mission from a curious-looking Imperial, Chad unleashes his might on the Jedi Temple and its forces, taking out every single enemy in his sight. and demolishing the Republic's defenses.
Might have wanted to stand back for that one.
Reaching the Jedi Temple, Chad comes across a Jedi Master standing in his way of total control of the location.
As if it wasn't enough to sense your presence, you seem to have a need to do everything as loudly as possible.
Loud? Says the man meditating in a temple in a hovering cat's bed surrounded by Hellraiser cubes.
This is the Jedi Temple. You are not welcome. Leave this sacred place now. You'll not get a second warning.
You're a fool to think you can threaten the Emperor's wrath. Your power is insignificant next to mine.
You've had your chance to retreat. Now you'll learn why. I'm the High Council's Chief Combat Advisor.
Chief Combat Advisor or not, the Jedi is no match for our chiseled hero. Now victorious, an Imperial soldier approaches Chad, asking what he wants to do with the non-combatant Jedi now in shackles, with Chad not missing a beat to be a cold as ice tricycle ball bag.
We should send a clear message. Litter the temple courtyard with their bodies.
Returning to Darth Arkus, he is overjoyed with our progress.
The Jedi Temple is now in Imperial hands.
Indeed it is. All thanks to your efforts, of course.
At this very moment, Lord Go's team is exploring a hidden chamber rumored to hold the Jedi's most treasured secrets.
Better still, the Republic will be reeling right now, stupefied over the humiliation you've wrought.
My lord.
Sergeant Tarston, do you not see that I have company? Important company?
Of course, my lord. But I've a report from Korriban. It seems the Republic, my lord, they...
Say something of meaning, unless you'd like me to choke it out of you.
The Republic has attacked the Sith Academy.
What? A retaliation so soon? What's the present status?
It's done. They've taken the Academy, secured it, and reports indicate that Darth Soverus gave his life in its defense.
I see. Leave us. At this very moment, Jedi walk the halls of our Sith Academy, our Dark Council chambers. Simply outrageous!
We hadn't even finished clearing out Darthy B's pony collection.
A truly shocking revelation that the Jedi are attacking the Sith Academy, the very place where Chad had his humble beginnings. Chad at once barrels down to the planet and charges towards the Academy, coming across a group of wounded Imperial soldiers looking for an excuse to get out of defending their home, with Chad of course having none of it, as of course to him if they can walk, they can fight.
I don't care if you're armed with vibroblades, blasters, or raw knuckles. You will earn the right to go on living.
You all heard him. Time to prove your worth. To arms.
But I can't help but wonder how long they will last at Chad's side. Now with a few new bodies, Chad carves a path through the Republic forces into the Sith Academy. Wandering through the halls of his previous home, he can't help but feel a little nostalgic, thinking back to the start of his adventure.
I just thought it would be nice if somebody took his body back and told his father he didn't make it.
So go do it already, you useless woman.
Have some concerns that require your special talents.
Juggling.
What? No.
Cutting down the Jedi, Chad reaches the Republic commander leading the invading forces.
Jedi, you befoul the Dark Council with your presence. This place was already foul. But don't worry, sis. I have no intention of staying. It's been conveyed to me that you shouldn't be allowed to leave. Not alive, at any rate. So it's happening. I didn't think I'd have served my purpose so soon. What are you going on about? What purpose? We believe in a cause worth protecting. Worth dying for. Let's find out if you can say the same.
The Force, give us strength!
My money's on the bloated idiot. They can't both win.
Following a beating so savage that even the Jedi's body didn't have time to fall over, Chad scores a small piece of vengeance for the attack on his academy, but the Jedi is not quite dead yet.
It's happening. It's all happening, and you can't stop it. Tell me what you know. No point threatening a dead man, Sith.
And with that, the Sith Academy is secure. I suppose saying good work would constitute a gross understatement.
This Jedi commander, he said some odd things.
I'm sure Darth Arcus would like to hear about it. He's eager to offer up his congratulations in person. You've really come through for the Empire. There is so much for us to thank you for, and much yet to discuss. I hope we see you soon.
With the Jedi's cryptic words echoing in his mind, Chad returns triumphant, with even the wounded Sith survive. Oh no, wait. Yep, no, he is very dead. Chad on his way to report back in with Darth Arcus. It looks like the revisit to his time with the Academy still lingers with him.
Chad, you total tit. Here's Dorothy. Oh, don't look so confused. I told you this would happen if you struck me down. Just remember, if you ever try to cross me or kill me or even tickle me, I will find a way to...
I wonder if I could use the Force to extend my dick.
Oh, for f***'s sake, you weren't listening, were you? Well, regardless, after a conversation with a very strange man called Nappa, I feel like I have the hang of this. So expect me to be with you always, Chad. Oh, hold on a minute. The Jedi were in the Sith temple? Oh my god, my ponies!
Reporting in with Darth Arcus, we find him overjoyed with Chad's efforts.
The Republic's been flushed from the Sith Academy, and their commander Jensen is dead.
You have served the Empire with strength and passion. I applaud you.
What do you say we take some time to mark the occasion?
A tempting offer. The Offense Minister's work is never done, I'm afraid.
Well, we meant no offense, Minister. I'm pretty sure Chad was talking to Lana there, but at least it got Valron blushing.
Listen, I want to be sure you understand that what you've accomplished, both on Korriban and on Tython, will be long remembered. Everyone will look back on these days as the nascent events that framed a new foundation for the galaxy. They will see those who participated as its architects.
Have you taken Lord Go's vow of silence, or whatever that was?
I'm reflecting on the day's events. As Darth Arcus has said, your contributions thus far have been most impressive.
Lana and I are indebted to you for your exemplary actions in the Empire's name. We thank you.
Yes, thank you. I do hope we have the chance to speak again. Preferably soon.
Glory for the Empire.
It seems that Lana really meant it when she said speaking again soon, as she messages Chad even before he has time to walk off.
I need you to meet with me somewhere private. You may be the Empire's only hope.
To arrange a more personal encounter at the Imperial Relay's Taco Bell. Eyes up here, Lana.
You came?
Not yet.
Good. I'm aware I've been somewhat quiet following your success on Tython. Don't mistake my reticence for apathy. Truth is, I have a great deal to say. Now that we're alone, we can have a real dialogue.
Darth Arcus wouldn't appreciate you going behind his back like this.
No, I don't imagine he would. Especially considering what I have to say. Darth Arcus wasn't entirely forthcoming about his reasons for invading the Jedi Temple. Not even with me. He was after a very specific item. An artifact.
I overheard Arcus talking to Go. It did seem like they had some ulterior motive.
If I knew more, I could determine what that motive is. There's very good reason to be concerned about it.
Meaning?
I now believe that the Republic's attack on Korriban wasn't a retaliation for Tython. It was intended to coincide with our own attack.
And you think that has something to do with what Darth Arcus is up to?
I'm his advisor. He's meant to confide in me. He used to, but not anymore. I fear I may now begin to understand why. There's something in the Force that I've never felt before. It exists nowhere and everywhere at once, rising, growing.
Chad, leave it.
I should sense that as well. Are you sure?
I think I sense this growth because I'm tied to it somehow.
Chad, hold.
Maybe by association to Darth Arcus. I think the Empire's in terrible danger. I'm far from weak, but I'm only one Sith. Whatever's coming, I can't stop it alone, Roth.
You won't have to. You have me.
Thank you, my lord. Well, I'm afraid there's nothing for us to act on just yet. I'll keep my eyes and ears open. You do the same. I have to be at Arcus's side now, but I'll remain in touch. I promise.
Something dark and terrifying can be felt approaching, and Chad didn't even order food. What could this mysterious presence be? Well, to find out, he heads to another meeting with his new blonde companion, blasting down to her base of operations on Manaan, a place that hopefully can reveal more, as well as having a name that sounds like somebody accidentally dropped a side dish at an Indian restaurant.
Ah, Manaan!
Welcome. So good to see you again. As implied in our last brief communication, Darth Arcus is at the center of a grand conspiracy. Arcus had the Jedi Temple raided to acquire knowledge of Rakata technology that he could use to harm the Empire. Even now, he plots against us.
What can you tell me about this technology?
Nothing, I'm afraid. He smartly kept the details hidden from me, but we're very close to the truth now. I've followed Arcus to a secure undersea laboratory here on Manaan, where he's working with a Selkath geneticist on something. I've been trying to learn more. I've also discovered that Colonel Darroch secured passage to the same laboratory. He was behind the Republic's raid on Korriban.
Dark Council members make for attractive targets. This Darroch might be ending the Arcus problem for us.
As you say, he's our problem. Meaning we need to resolve it ourselves. We must confront Arcus in that laboratory. As I said, it's a well-protected facility. You'll have to make your way through heavily armed Selkath and dismantle their security grid.
You're not coming?
I'd intended to confront Darth Arcus myself, but I sense a presence here. A potential ally. I'll remain in touch and let you know how my search progresses. May the Force be at your service.
So it's revealed that Darth Arcus is a traitor of the Empire, using the data stolen from the Jedi Temple for his own nefarious means. Deadly security or not, Chad quickly plows his way into the undersea laboratory, dismantling the security forces and encountering some of the facility's prisoners.
Takaro, that's no way to talk to our savior. A man with a generously sized loincloth. I mean, so much strength.
What the hell is that, Sasquatch Flavor Flav?
I saved you, meaning you owe me a life debt, Wookiee. From here on out, you do as I say.
This strange pair are Jakaro and C2B4, taken prisoner by the owners of the facility to be experimented on after simply dropping off a shipment. With now the two in Chad's sticky pocket, they promise to assist our chiseled hero in taking down their captors.
We will join you.
Mommy issues.
I mean, mighty Sith.
An opportunity they won't have to wait long for, as only a few rooms over we find the scientist responsible for the reprehensible experiments, looking to create an infinite army in the facility, with Jakaro leaping into action to demonstrate a rare attempt at Wookiee stealth. Putting the scientist down, Darth Arcus reveals himself.
How very unexpected.
This is the potential complication you sensed?
No, this is not my advisor, but rather an associate. It would appear Beniko laid out a convincing case that I'm up to no good.
Was she lying? Make your case for how you're not betraying the Empire with this Darok person.
Oh, I am most definitely acting against the Empire's narrow interests. But what I do is not for ill, it is for the future of this galaxy. Sorry to cut this short, but since we have everything we need...
With the underwater facility about to become the world's most expensive aquarium, the most unexpected of allies comes to our aid.
Hang on. Emergency pod's almost secure, but not quite.
You're with the Republic, aren't you?
That's right. I'm also saving your lives. You got a problem with that?
Just get us out of here.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, all set. Climb in and enjoy the ride.
And with that, this unknown Republic soldier unlocks the escape pod right in the nick of time. Returning to Lana and getting introduced to Theron.
No need to tell me who I'm addressing. I'm Theron Shan, Republic SAS, and your new ally.
Who, aside from being an unlockable character in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, is also a member of the Republic's SIS, and strangely looks to be our ally.
If Lana vouches for you, I'll let that be enough. For now.
Fair enough, Sith.
The way we were fooled by Darth Arcus, the same happened to Theron, except with the Colonel.
I know. Chicken can be confusing.
And between what you found down in that lab and what Lana and I pieced together, I can tell you they're both traitors.
Arcus and Darok are in league with a dangerous movement, a shadowy cult known as the Order of Revan.
The Order of Revan's no secret to me. I had a run-in with them on Drummond Cars.
That's right, Chad, you did indeed have a run-in with them on Drummond Cars. A run-in that was particularly ridiculous even for you.
Look upon the master of the Order of Revan.
Are you too afraid to show your face?
Silence! I kill you!
In an earlier incarnation, perhaps. They seem to have grown strong and bold, very bold. The Order of Revan used to operate in the shadows of Imperial space, but now their ranks include at least one major Republic figure.
That means I can't trust my people and Lana can't trust hers. Present company excluded. And if the Revanites are building an army of cyborgs...
This is Jakaro.
And I am C2D4. Confused as to why Hair Gel Andy still has a pulse? Apologies.
Hey, Jakaro, how would you feel about helping me track those two down? We'll talk about it. Lana, will you be joining us?
We don't yet know how deep the Revanites' influence runs. I must learn what I can from within the Empire.
After Lana does a little bit more digging on the Revanites, we rejoin her at the Taco Bell to get an update as well as for Chad to get a little bit of a sleuth on.
I was about to send out a search party.
Sorry, I had to confirm some things before coming to see you. As I suspected, the Order of Revan as it once existed is no more. A bit of a shame, really. The Revanites' pragmatism may have been anathema to the Sith, but there was something appealing about it.
You should know that I was made a Revanite.
After crossing Darth Arcus, I doubt your membership stands. Not that the Revanites of now resemble the group as you understood it. The Order of Revan, as it stands now, doesn't wish to change the Empire from within. It aims to destroy us completely, and the Republic along with us.
That time we spoke after reclaiming Korriban, I thought we shared something. A connection. Was I wrong?
You aren't wrong. I wasn't sure if I should bring it up now, but I've missed you. I have to go now. There's much yet to uncover about the Revanites' plans, and the formation of this infinite army of theirs. I'll be thinking of you.
I know being a flying ballsack is your thing and all, but any more of that and you will need to shorten that loincloth.
With the Revanites working with Valron and revealed as the true enemy, we rejoin Lana to plan our next move.
Glad to see you again, as always. but I'm afraid any further niceties will have to wait. I know I've mentioned before a strange disturbance within the Force. A sort of writhing mass tied to Darth Arcus. I thought I'd use my connection to Arcus to seek out others tied to the disturbance. Revanites working against us from within. I found a few.
I want their names, and I want them now. They don't deserve to live.
These subversives are still in play, Roth. Knowledge of their existence gives us leverage, gives us power. Theron Shan helped me decipher coded messages between the Revanites. Due to interference on Manan, they've accelerated their schedule.
Oh, Manan!
Shan's goals may be aligned with ours at the moment, but you need to watch how much you share with him.
I've not forgotten he's with the SIS, but that doesn't mean he isn't useful. Theron's tracked Arcus and Colonel Darroch to a base on Rakata Prime. They're building their infinite army.
After some time to deliberate on their next move, the group planned to track down and directly face Darth Arcus and his collaborator, Colonel Darroch, at their base on Rakata Prime, where the pair are using pieces of the fabled Starforge to mass-produce their infinite army. Barreling down to Rakata Prime, Chad is fuming as yet again his robot chauffeur has left him waiting, threatening to turn the robot into a pachinko machine if he isn't ready and available for Chad in the blink of an eye.
Many million apologies. I will be better.
Overly indulgent transportation aside, the planned route ends up being far more troublesome than planned, leading to our hero having to detour directly through the territory of the planet's locals, the Rakata tribe, a fearsome race.
Looks as though their arena needs a challenger. If you're going to get past them, you'll have to give them a show they'll never forget.
Yeah, I think they meant the giant monster, Chad.
After taking out the hulking beast and dealing with the remaining forces protecting Darth Arcus and the Colonel, the group finally have the pair cornered, nowhere to hide.
Wait, mouth drooler. Sis, Jakaro and I would very much like the chance to tear our captors limb from limb.
Come on then. What's the matter, Arcus? Shuttle not ready yet?
We Revanites went through a great deal of trouble to reach this point in our campaign. For you to hamper our progress, it's regrettable. You, Lana, you were never anything more than pawns to us. Important pawns, but pawns all the same.
If you speak another word, it had better involve what you and your Revanites are planning.
So, this is where I outline our grand design, and then you decide whether or not to spare my life? This grotesque alien beast does have it partly figured out. Indeed, I won't cooperate, but I'm not fleeing. We will stand our ground and put an end to your perpetual interruption. Colonel?
Parkour!
Striking down Valron, the true darkness behind the Revanites reveals himself.
Blasted, those two were running a show. They were our best hope of exposing the Revanites.
No, they weren't in charge. The disturbance in the Force, I still feel it. It's arrived.
We got company, ships, capital-sized, whole bunch of them. Can't tell if they're yours or ours, but one of them's dropping in to visit.
As important as Arcus and Derek were to the cause, their deaths won't stop us. They won't even slow us down.
That voice. I've heard it before.
It's Revan.
I almost had the infinite army I wanted so badly. But even without them, I have enough.
Stop hiding behind the hull of that ship, and we'll see.
Silence. I kill you. Goading me into battle might have worked before I died, but not anymore. I've been reborn. My mind is clearer, my power intensified, and now, with the order under my command, I'm unstoppable.
You're telling me the Revanites weren't always under your control?
At first, I wanted nothing to do with them. I was no prophet. But then I saw them in a new light. A secret group of devotees waiting to follow my lead without question, to help me save the galaxy. I was a fool to ever disregard them. I finally let the Revanites into my world. A world you have to be erased from.
Turbo lasers are locking on! Get out of there!
Frantically calling down his transport, Chad and co make it out of the blast zone of Revan's forces, returning to Manan to work out just what can be done.
You made it.
The way Revan was laying waste to that place, I wasn't sure you'd come out of it in one piece.
What are you talking about? The guy's a fridge with legs.
Anyway, my point is, I'm glad you got out of there. Any ally right now is a welcome ally.
We took care of Arcus, Darok, and their infinite army, but where does that leave us?
It's a good question. Now that we know Revan's in the picture, everything changes. For the worse. In fact, it's already started.
Whatever do you mean?
I'll fill you in, D4. Come on, Jakaro. Let's give him a chance to talk. Lana, when you're done, we can start picking out backwaters to go lie low in.
Some good news. I was able to extract a good amount of data from the Infinite Army conscription console. Unfortunately, we can't possibly hand it over to our Imperial colleagues. The Revanites have just proven they're everywhere. Jakaro's had 12 death sentences declared on him. Theron's been disavowed by the SIS. And the Empire's placed a bounty on my head for the murder of Darth Arcus.
Whoever's behind this will answer to me. Everyone will know you're innocent.
I appreciate that, Roth. I do. But you can't fight this. Our names can't be cleared unless we expose the Revanites. And we can't expose the Revanites without knowing who to expose. The way forward is clear. Theron, Jakaro, and I are going underground. We'll find a way to uncover Revan's plan and stop him.
You can't do it alone. You'll need me alongside you.
Right now, you are the closest thing the Empire has to a soul, Roth. Without you, they'll forget themselves, fall apart. Be who you are. But be observant, and tell no one the truth about us or what you know. Above all, do not try to contact me.
I wish you didn't have to go.
It won't be easy for me either. Just know that I'll be thinking of you.
With so much to digest, Chad returns to his ship, does some housekeeping, and once again sits down to meditate on what he has experienced.
Hey, you okay? You look like me after we went out for Shakla on Voss and you had to hold my Leku.
I had a vision. There was a galaxy neighboring our own, and then nothing. Every star went dim, both in that galaxy and our own. The end of everything.
See, probably just something you ate. Maybe. I hope.
Another galaxy? Would you say it was a dwarf galaxy?
No, everyone there was 5 foot at least. And where's your hat?
There is such a galaxy off the Outer Rim, known as the Rishi Maze.
Rishi? I've heard of Rishi. It's a planet. Some kind of pirate resort? Sounds like a real dive. I've kinda always wanted to go.
Quinn, set a course. We're going to Rishi.
So Chad and his companions head to Rishi to get to the bottom of his ominous visions and hopefully pursue this new threat to the galaxy and Chad's ego. Arriving at Rishi, a planet that has become a favorite hub for underground types, Chad is quickly stopped by a local, revealing that his reputation clearly precedes him.
Wow! The rumors were true! You're here! You're really here!
You know me?
Oh, sure. I've heard you described in great detail. Great detail.
I'm not even sorry.
That's right. What's it to you?
Just like a pirate. You're all so touchy. I love it. You'll fit right in here. Seems like everyone in Raiders Cove is going on about you and all your insane adventures. Talk about your tough customers.
You're basic. It's very natural.
My people pick up languages and stuff real easy. Some of us like to be formal. I'm more of a cantina talk type. Speaking of cantinas, you'll want to watch for Goro. He wants to fight you so bad, it's not even funny.
Wants to fight me? What did I do?
Chad, that could take a while.
You'll have to ask him. Goro's at the Blaster's Path. Local watering hole. Probably washing down some Tonatron jerky with some Antellian fungo lager. I'm not allowed there anymore. Long story. So I hope someone hollows your big fight. Wouldn't want to miss a single bloody shot.
With some information gleaned from the strange owl-looking local, Chad's rage begins boiling over, as yet again his fast travel chauffeur is late. With the robot finally turning up, Chad unleashes his fury, promising to destroy the machine entirely if he dares to be late one more time.
It will not happen again. Please don't kill me. I have batteries.
Sliding down to the local watering hole, Chad of course takes in some of the sights, before tracking down this fool looking to challenge him.
I hear you're looking for me, or someone who fits my description at least.
Hang on. You're not about to wreck my place again, are you? I'm still filling in blaster holes.
Inigu daiji liska wa. Kusa malachikuta, ikosa mose alatuta.
No, this won't be a challenge at all. Not for me.
Chonki faguta jiobora jeotokakise.
Last chance to back out before you've made a huge mistake, Goro.
Kuchuso yumata.
A fool indeed, with Goro getting a beatdown so powerful that Chad's nipples set on fire for a moment, out of pure rage or arousal. At this point, it could be either, or both.
You know, a few blaster marks is one thing, gives the place some charm. But this... Everyone's talking about you.
Finding out from the bar owner that a man called Kai Zyken had given the bounty hunters sent by the Disney executives the location of our murderous hero. Chad sets off at once to give this silly little tit a visit.
Well, look at this, scoundrels! A visit from...
Kai Zykin. I'm sure you've heard my name, most commonly accompanied by a longing sigh from one of my former conquests. Alright, listen. The freedom to operate in Raiders Cove isn't exactly free. After the Nova Blades take their cut, we're tapped! Not before you get an itch. I do have something of value. Something I know you want.
You tried to have me killed. I don't see why I shouldn't return the sentiment.
I get it! You're not happy with me. But you might be after this. I record all my holocalls, and that includes the one that warned me you were coming to Rishi. I'll show it to you. Tomoda, get my data pad!
Lugusa no be chunky. Fakota chi otto endia.
Oh, that's bad, Tomoda. That's bad.
Kokoto chuska no iku chusa. Yamata chipontata.
Oh, right! Yes, thank you, Tomoda! I knew there was a reason I kept you around. Here, you could find and unlock the case with this tracer, and you could even keep the datapad. How's that?
Taking a look at Kai's datapad, it seems that he was warned of our arrival by a mysterious robed helium enthusiast.
As you know, the Korean-run scoundrels owe the Howling Tempest gang a great many credits. There is no telling what will happen when you are discovered. I suggest you herald the gang's arrival to draw unwanted attention on them. I'm dispatching several droids across Raiders Cove to do the same. Or you could do nothing and suffer the consequences. The choice is yours.
Confused as to why his name is being thrown around with this planet's pirate gangs, it's while tracking down this person's identity that Goro's brother tracks down Chad.
Abdulskela biorore. Took now. Cream slim monita.
And is quickly destroyed, despite his plan to distract Chad by dressing up as a warthog cowboy. It's while crushing yet another foe that this mysterious woman appears, revealing herself to actually be our periodically narcoleptic blonde associate, here to discuss with Chad around their next steps to deal with the Revanites.
Lana Beniko.
The Emperor's wrath. Good to see you again. Any word from your namesake?
Right now, I'd rather hear what you've been up to. It's been too long.
I see you haven't changed. Good.
Not interrupting anything, am I? Just kidding, I don't really care.
Hello, Theron.
Is that a good hello or a bad one? Outside of Lana, I can never tell with you Imperial types.
Theron, given that your balls aren't currently orbiting the planet, every hello is a good one.
Be grateful I'm working with you and leave it at that.
So definitely a good hello. Got it.
If we're to succeed here, we'll need to cooperate a great deal. I suggest we don't antagonize one another.
Yeah, okay. Well, in the spirit of cooperation, I'll get things rolling. The Revanites are here, on Rishi. That's why we led you here under false pretenses. They can't know we're onto them. We need you to go out there and make life hard for the Revanites' allies, the Nova Blades.
I'll decide what I need to do.
Hey, easy. I'm not making demands, okay?
Theron and I have a plan. Please, hear us out.
From what we've been able to gather, the Revanites' agents in the Empire and Republic have been feeding the Nova Blades intel on ship activity. The Blades then use that intel to ambush military patrols and key shipping lanes on both sides. They're essentially remapping hyperroutes.
What good does that do them?
That's what we'd like to find out. The trouble is, we can't have any suspicion raised that our attack is related to the Revanites' activities.
If I assault the Nova Blades as a member of this Howling Tempest gang, all suspicion is averted.
Yeah, you've got it exactly. Bust up their operations, get their attention, make yourself look legitimate, and then go for the throat.
So the plan is made to cause some chaos for these Nova Blades allied with the Revanites, while posing as a rival pirate gang. Something that comes all too easy for our hero, blowing their supplies sky high, and sneaking into a box to get on a shipment to get further behind enemy lines.
Do you know what we are, Chad? We're H
in a crate.
Chad, releasing a number of the Novablade slaves, gets warned of who he is trifling with.
You get nice and close to Margok. You give him one for me, alright?
The Novablade's leader, with Darren intercepting a transmission between Margok and our true target.
I'd say the Novablades are properly distracted, wouldn't you?
That would be an understatement. Darren's been monitoring communications. You've caused quite a stir.
Want some gratification? Here, check this out. Just recorded.
They're blasting on my supplies, my foot soldiers, taking my workers. What are you people prepared to do about it?
This appears to be your problem, not ours.
How would you like it if I made it your personal problem? Give me Revan. I want to talk to Revan.
No, I don't think so.
You don't put Revan on. The Novablade stop rerouting galactic traffic. That ain't negotiable.
Revan.
Commodore Margok, are you threatening to alter the terms of our deal? I paid you to do a job and you've done it well. But that's over now. I no longer have any use for your Nova Blades.
Hey, I know Torch and her Mandalorian clan up and left us. But the Blade still got a lot to offer.
Not if you don't have your own house in order. Put an end to the upstart causing you trouble, and I'll consider resuming our alliance.
You really did it. You got them running scared.
Naturally. You were expecting some other outcome.
Negotiations between Revan and his rotund ratbag are about to come to a close regardless, tracking down his base.
You dirty, no-good pirate scum.
Funny, that's what I was about to say.
And introducing Margok to the pointy end of the dark side, returning to our temporary base of operations.
What have we learned from the aggressor?
Very little, I'm afraid. It would appear someone took it upon themselves to corrupt much of the data as a last resort.
It's a real mess, getting fragments but nothing incredibly coherent. The one thing that does keep turning up is the Mandalorian Margok brought up earlier, the one they call Torch.
What about her?
Well, it looks like Torch and Margok were thick as thieves for a while, then something happened. Had to do with the Revanites. Don't really know the details, but it looks like Torch moved her whole clan to another island here on Rishi. I've got the coordinates.
With our next task confirmed, tracking down this Mandalorian, Chad gets an unexpected call from an old friend.
My dear friend the Wrath, always a pleasure to see you intact.
Darth Velron, who we haven't seen since expertly escorting him to safely releasing the spirit of the Sith last time around.
Darth Varon, this is unexpected.
Well, what's life without a few surprises? There are matters I'd like to discuss in person, and I happen to be near the Rishi system. Perhaps we can meet, enjoy a respite from the bloodshed and destruction.
With this revelation, Chad cannot resist paying a visit to his decorative candle-looking former associate to get to the bottom of what he wants from him.
My good Wrath, you look the same as ever. How many Jedi have you slain today?
We meet again, Varon.
In all seriousness, how are you? I understand you've been working tirelessly for our Empire. Is it satisfying, your craft? Putting down huts and cults here and there?
We are not here to discuss my passion for destruction. What do you want?
I want to understand you, Wrath. And I want to discuss your future. The Republic claims the Emperor is dead, but I hear rumors to the contrary. The game pieces are moving.
Speak plainly.
Consider this. The last Wrath of the Emperor served in that position for centuries, only departing after turning traitor. As I understand, you never chose to become the Wrath. The position was thrust upon you. What is it that you truly desire?
Death, killing the perfect woman.
Ah, Roth, forgive the confused words of an old man. I worry for you, and forget the glory of serving our Emperor. I have a gift to aid your endeavors. I have come upon indications that you are being watched, and have been for some time.
Belron reveals that he has reason to believe we are being tracked across the galaxy by a strange creature indeed. He advises we keep our eyes out for this odd stalker, and gives us a device to reveal the tracker to confirm his claims, a task that Chad sets to work on immediately. Now, with even more questions than answers, Chad returns to Velron, but finds yet another blast from the past instead, in the form of the Emperor's hand waiting for him.
Roth, this explains much.
7-1.
You are an instrument of our master's will. Perhaps you have spent too much time serving among the fleets and the Dark Council. First Ilum, then Makeb, and on the list goes. What does not threaten the Emperor is not your concern. We fear you forget this.
I've forgotten nothing. You need not be concerned.
Good. We are at a delicate juncture. Trust that if there are matters of import, you will be told. Now, I understand Darth Vowran sought to meet you here. He has committed crimes against the Hand.
Crimes against the Hand? Oh, come on. The dude's single. Man's got needs. Also, you're really talking to the wrong person here.
What sort of crimes?
He sought to learn our secrets and interrogated a servant. We believe he is fleeing to the unmapped stars of the Rishi Maze. Did he reach you? If he left this world only recently, we might still find him.
If he attempted to contact me, he failed. I felt a presence here and came to investigate.
Then our search must continue. He will not elude the Hand forever. We will not ask that you stay your saber and return to the tranquility of our fortress. Your edge must not be dulled. Have faith that all questions, all concerns, will shortly be resolved. The Emperor is returning, and we will fuel his flame.
With the ever-growing concern about what bringing back the Emperor will lead to, Chad makes a bold move, talking to the Hand, but the wrist is pissed.
I will not be patronized, and I am no one's slave. I am reconsidering our arrangement, servant. If your master desires my aid, he can speak to me himself.
You have made a grievous error!
No, the error was yours.
Setting our sights back on our primary mission, we talk to the locals set up to provide some transportation to track down this Mandalorian, an eventuality that is far from Chad's mind right now, as he stares down his most feared foe, that of course being the galaxy's fast travel systems, that no matter how hard he seems to try, always ends up in catastrophic shenanigans. But this chap reassures Chad around his fears. Crashing balls first into the island, we introduce ourselves to some of the local wildlife, before tracking down the Mandalorian that has recently feuded with the Revanites.
You're the one they call Torch.
Shay Visla. That little nickname the locals came up with. Hell if I know why.
You recently had a falling out with the Revanites and the Nova Blades. Tell me everything.
Oh, tell you everything. Sure, of course. Because I never had a Sith try to assert themselves before. Tell you what. Instead of whatever grand gesture of cooperation you thought might happen here, why don't we try something a little different? Been a while since I had a decent challenge. I'm taking this opportunity to show my clan how it's done.
With her agreeing to reveal more about their operations, but not before a fight, as who could waste this overly elaborate boss arena after all? Following a scrap so bad her helmet can't decide what color it wants to be, she sheds some light on Revan and his cult.
You got what you wanted. Time to return the favor.
Well, that would be fair, wouldn't it? So, you know the Blades went and partnered up with the Revanites. Means you probably know they're up to no good. We helped out the Blades to have a good relationship with Raiders Cove. We didn't sign up for the Revanites in their all-out war, so we bailed.
Tell me where the Revanites are, and what I'm up against.
Afraid I don't have the where to give you, but I can clue you in on the what. A whole fleet of ships they've got parked somewhere around here. I wouldn't mind it a bit if you chased the Revanites out of Rishi. Off the radar is just how we like it here. Good hunting to you, Sith. Jesus Mandoade! Who's up for a Skarkla hunt?
With the Mandalorian eye-fucking Chad for an awkward amount of time, she heads off with her squad in a dramatic exit. Unfortunately forgetting that the arena has a roof. With the new information acquired, Chad heads back to check in with the gang.
I understand your frustration, Jakaro, but there's only so much of your bluster I'm prepared to take. Theron's been captured by the Revanites. Data from the Nova Blades hinted at the location of a Revanite safe house in Raiders Cove. We looked into it and were ambushed.
You should have waited for me to finish with the Mandalorian clan. Absolutely stupid.
I'll concede we acted in haste. In retrospect, maybe the lead was simply too tempting for us to have trusted it. Whatever the case, I stand by my decision to not impede in Theron's abduction. And I know Theron would too. Now he's in a position to do what he does. Hopefully you fared better with the Mandalorians.
Revan has a fleet of warships on standby.
Of course. From examining the Nova Blades data, it looks as though they've been routing Imperial and Republic fleets here to Rishi.
So, the Empire and Republic are drawn into a full-scale battle, and whoever's left standing, the Revanites pick off.
And we still don't know who we can trust. We need to interfere with the Revanites' plans, if not stop them outright.
Yes, it's true. I was able to pinpoint several communications originating from another island. I've heard there's a Rishi village there. You happy or constipated?
So our newly acquired Republic associate has got himself captured. But we have more pressing tasks at hand, namely continuing to sabotage and disrupt the plan of the Revanites on Rishi, leading us next to a meeting with the local Rishi people themselves, in their quaint villages outside the city, that after visiting getting our first look at the local population, adopting quite an interesting style, looking like the outcome of an owl having a steamy encounter with a transformer. In a tree.
You're new.
Are you in charge here?
We don't really operate that way, but I can act as that sort of figure if you require it of me. How might I help?
What do you call this place?
The village doesn't have a name. It's just where we Rishi live.
Oh, it hasn't got a name. Well, how about I offer one? Decepticon-dom. The next move to close in on Revan and his knights is to check in with these two Revanite camps located here out in the wilderness. A group of Imperials and a group of the Republic.
Strangely, their encampment appears to be segregated. One group looks like her, the other is less...
annoying.
Intense.
Our first stop is with the good old Imperials.
You might think you're in a position of strength, but this very second your Republic friends are plotting to take you down.
Like me, they are resolute in their beliefs. They won't falter.
Meaning you don't even have a contingency plan in place. What if the sworn enemies camped right next to you decide to revert to type?
If I may say, my lord, he does make a convincing argument.
It does seem we've been less than a step ahead for some time now.
That we talk into turning their sights on their Republic counterparts. Because being Sith, of course, Chad is a bit of a slimy bastard when he needs to be. It's here with Lord Ivris that we are reminded of the physical impact of being such a ball bag all the time, with his piercing yellow Sithy eyes. Chad, of course, is clenching his steel butt cheeks so hard at all times that he is able to repress this ghastly look, which is a good thing too, as he is only one unexpected blow-off away from receiving his true look. Next up is the Republic flavor of Revanites on Rishi, who Chad cunningly sets on the Imperials, letting the two eat each other.
I want you to stay alert for anything out of the ordinary.
Such as?
5 stars. Be ready to fire on my mark.
You should be more worried about the saboteurs Lord Ivris ordered to infiltrate your camp.
Even if some of the Republic seem a tad indecisive. While cleverly getting the Republic captain to reveal the location of Theron.
What? No, he's well aware that Shan's in the Valley Stronghold.
The Republic hot topic enthusiast we have been working with. With nothing of use left to give, Chad makes sure to murder the captain because Darkside before returning to Lana to discuss their findings.
I've never met a people quite like the Rishi. Pragmatic, accommodating, reasonable. If it wasn't for the climate, I'd consider staying.
I could see making a home here.
Really?
Oh yeah.
New seat of the Empire, maybe. As I mentioned earlier, I did acquire some information worth noting. Rishi observations surrounding the Revanite stronghold fit what we know. They're holding powerful warships on standby, and they're well protected.
Did any of the Rishi see Theron?
No, all we know is what you were told, that he's been taken there. We've been unable to reach the Imperial fleet nearing Rishi, but I can confirm from the Novablade's data logs that Darth Mar's flagship is among them.
Get to work on a solution for our connection issues. He needs to know what's coming.
Press on. Stall their ships if you can, and we'll do what we can from here to reach the fleet and lend support as needed. Now go show the Revanites, and, fate willing, Revan himself, why you are not to be trifled with.
Yeah. Chad away! With the plan to move in and rescue their Republic ally, and Chad grabbing some coordinates and stalling the ships with ease, he reports back in with Lana.
I'm starting to get the hang of slicing. Theron's influence, I suppose. Give me 1 second. There. A holo record of Theron under interrogation. Coordinates are coming your way.
And Revan?
No indication he's there, but no indication he isn't either. I wouldn't let my guard down.
Now with the location of the Republic prisoner, Chad battles through the Revanite forces, including a rather tiring battle with the Revanite commander that unfortunately coincides with Chad's pre-workout mix wearing off.
The plan remains intact.
You good, Chad?
I'm just looking for Theron down here for a moment.
Revan.
I should have known the Empire would send one of its lapdogs to try and find me. You should never have bothered.
What have you done with Theron?
Theron Shan's fate doesn't matter. Neither does yours. I'm changing the fate of the galaxy itself.
All I see is you trying to destroy everything.
Chad? Pot, kettle?
I'm not waging some war with the Empire and Republic. I'm saving countless lives, and you keep getting in the way. The only upside in your being here, really, is that you get to bear witness. My plan's too far along for you to stop it now.
Don't listen to him. It's not over yet.
What are you talking about?
Don't know how much Lana or Revan told you, but he's lured the Imperial and Republic command fleets to Rishi.
Revan wants to draw them into a fight. Try to take out the leadership.
It'll barely be a fight. Revanites embedded on both sides are gonna sabotage shields, weapons, you name it. And we can't warn them. Revan had the Nova Blades build him a signal jammer. No communications at all up in Rishi space. It'll be a bloodbath.
The next time I see you in person, you won't be pulling off any miraculous survival.
If you're not careful, I will pull you off. Actually, no, forget that. Don't tell anyone I said that. Bye. Die. I kill you.
Smashing down Revan's forces, Chad returns triumphant to the Rishi camp, with his Republic ally in tow.
Oh, good. Captain Chlamydia. The Sith is back.
No one told you to talk, droid.
But the group must act fast if they are to track down this Revanite signal jammer and warn the Republic and Imperial forces of Revan's plan to lead them into destroying each other.
You know what to do. It's what you always do. Triumph.
While battling his way to the jammer, Chad shuts down the anti-aircraft turrets firing on the Allied forces above, before coming back to it and setting it to fire on the Republic because he thought it would be funny. Finally reaching the signal jammer, Chad can finally contact his Imperial brothers to expose the manipulation of Revan.
Nice, I'm in. Uploading the files. Come in. Can anyone read me?
I'm here. And you are on Rishi.
Darth Maul, you have traitors in your fleet. Scores of them, acting under orders from Revan.
Revan is alive?
He wants you to destroy each other out there.
Have the fleet powered down all weapons. Do it now.
Your people should have a list of the traitors.
Finally, an open line.
Grandmaster Sean, it appears we have been set upon each other by your ancestor.
Yes, we were notified by an agent of ours whose planet's side. We're taking measures to detain the traitors among us.
As are we. Given the nature of the threat, I suggest we speak in person.
Very well. A neutral location.
There's a pirate town on Rishi. My team will send the coordinates.
That will do.
With now the Republic and the Empire informed of Revan's skullduggery, they agree to meet at Chad's base of operations on Rishi to discuss their next move.
Then we are agreed. A truce. For the time being.
Quite a significant occasion. I see you've begun without me.
We both felt time was of the essence. Wrath.
Satele Shan, Grand Master of the Jedi Order. Your intervention allowed us to defend ourselves against the Revanite fleet. Many thousands owe their lives to your actions.
And the all-encompassing rot of the Order of Revan has been excised from our fleets. Now we turn to the matter of Revan himself.
My agent here has discovered that Revan's on the fourth moon of Yavin, where he believes the last spark of the Sith Emperor resides.
Revan intends to return the Emperor from the brink of death, so he may finally be destroyed.
The Emperor is no more. He should be destroyed.
You'll get no argument from me, Wrath. The Emperor hungers. If restored, he would attempt to consume all life in the galaxy, and I am certain he would succeed. No one, not Revan, not the Jedi, not you, not me, would be able to stop him.
Darth Maul and I will be leading a joint strike force on Yavin 4 to put an end to Revan's plan. I hope you'll join us.
As do I. For the Empire and for the galaxy.
With both the Empire and the Republic in a rare showing of cooperation, both agreeing to target Revan and his plans to resurrect the Emperor on Yavin 4, Chad is stopped by Lana, who has something to share.
When all this is over, if we survive, we'll be back to working at cross purposes. I know there's no other way. It's like when we first met. I knew our fates were going to be intertwined completely. I've tried to maintain my poise, deny my senses. But I can't. Not anymore.
You don't have to.
It's true what they say. Patience is its own reward.
We should go now.
Yes, absolutely. I'll make sure Theron and Jakaro are ready to head to Yavin 4. Every moment wasted is a moment in Revan's favor.
Oh, hell no, did you just do that?
Well, Chad, you are the most feared man in the galaxy, so you must know what to do against the wrath of a woman scorned.
You galactic twat. Want to snuggle up with Mrs. Hair Helmet, huh? I'm going to Darth Maul your balls!
As the galaxy looms on the threat of destruction from Revan and the Emperor, Chad and Co. set a course to Yavin 4, getting a first look at its incredible tropical expanse, before heading to the meeting to plan their next step.
There can be no mistaking it. The Emperor is on this moon. Revan is here as well. And another presence, if you wish to believe the Grand Master.
The other presence, it's unclear. The dark side permeates everything here. Saturates it. I've been to Oricon. This is another level entirely.
I'm not sure why you're here. It seems all you bring to the table are vague notions and squeamishness.
You should keep in mind that we're all in this together now.
The Order of Revan is garrisoned inside an old Masasi temple.
What?
That is where the dark side is most prevalent.
We carved out an area as close to the temple as we could. The high concentrations of Massassi in these parts made it difficult.
It didn't help that you knew about the Massassi, but didn't bother to give a heads up to our recon teams.
They just keep saying it.
What's a Massassi?
The genetic cousins of Sith purebloods, barbaric warriors. I thought you would know.
With Revan's location confirmed at the ancient Massassi Temple, a name that the Spirit of Barris seemingly finds hilarious, before we can confront Revan in a final showdown, Chad must disable a device set up to cause mass casualties on the planet, a device Revan plans on using to help him resurrect the Emperor.
Hey Chad, what are you gonna do now? Strangle Massassi? You going to give Massassi a pounding?
Shut up, Barris.
You going to thrust Massassi into a dark cave?
To do so, Chad must first traverse this harsh landscape, so has no choice but to once again face his most feared of enemies, the galaxy's fast travel systems. Bravely he wanders to the fast travel checkpoint, as no amount of oversized pectorals could uncover the horrors that could await him this time.
Oh God!
What? Oh my God. I did it. I did it.
Travel services, sir.
Chad dusting himself off briefly before an encounter with the Musausages. He finds the device set up by Revan and swiftly disables it, leading to quite the development indeed.
It's time. You've finally arrived.
Revan? But you're alive, leading the Revanites.
The brooding monster inside those temple walls. He is not Revan. He is an abomination. His obsession, his arrogance, this angry crusade, it's all blinded him to the truth. The many lives he'll sacrifice to revive the Emperor will be nothing compared to what will follow. It's within your power to stop the abomination, but you won't be able to do it alone. May the Force be with you.
The Jedi and I, we both felt it, a ripple in the Force. You had a visitor, a manifestation.
It appeared to be Revan. He claims to be on our side, and that the one we've been chasing isn't him after all.
That all remains to be seen. And for now, it's irrelevant. All that matters is that we stop the Revanites.
He didn't seem to think I could do it on my own.
All told, the Revanites may be the fiercest adversaries we've ever faced, and this temporary alliance with the Republic is unstable at best. We must gather our forces. We must endure. The fate of not only the Empire, but the galaxy itself depends on it.
Together, the Imperial and Republic battle back the Revanite forces, leaving only one task remaining.
Revan.
Given his failure, he'll try to escape, to regroup. That cannot be allowed to happen.
Consider it taken care of.
I know, right? He's so badass.
Only Revan himself remains, as Chad closes in on the temple for a showdown with the man himself.
It's over.
You've been at my heels far too long. I knew the Rishi plan was a long shot, but I had to try. Had to make it legitimate. I needed to lure you in. You were supposed to stay busy on Rishi long enough for me to finish here, but no! You couldn't do that, could you?
This has all been one big deception, hasn't it? You aren't even the man you claim to be.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I spent 300 years in lockstep with the Emperor's mind. I know what he's become, what he wants. The Emperor must be destroyed completely, or he will return and consume every last living thing. There's no cost too great. If I have to snuff out every life on this world by hand to draw the Emperor out, then so be it!
If you're Revan, who spoke to me outside the temple?
Of course. It's so obvious now. You have no idea what I am, what I've become. I was a Dark Lord of the Sith. I was the prodigal knight. I was powerful, but I was also weak. Not anymore. Now I'm pure, unburdened. I can finally have revenge on my jailer and save the galaxy doing it. I have the power, and you have nothing!
You are wrong, Revan. He has powerful allies.
Both Sith and Jedi.
Allies from all corners of the galaxy.
Heard the fight to end all fights was going down. What sorry kind of Mando would I be if I missed out?
You were saying?
I don't care how many of you there are. I won't be denied my destiny. I am Revan!
With the scuffed Justice League behind him, Chad and his team battles Revan, finally overcoming his strength and putting a stop to this nightmare.
In defeating me, you let the real enemy linger on. You doom the galaxy!
Say what you will about the Emperor. You're the one presenting a threat right now.
He's right, you know.
No, not you.
You've been so blinded by your unchecked rage, your thirst for vengeance, that you could not see the truth. Now that your power has subsided, I may finally confront you. I only hope you will listen.
I was handling this.
And you've done well. When I died, I had come to terms. I was ready to become one with the Force. But I soon realized that was only what part of me wanted.
I cast you out! It was the only way to go on, to remain and finish what we started. You were holding me back.
You think you're stronger this way, but you're not. Neither of us is. We're broken. We can't go on like this.
I won't stop. Not until I conjure the Emperor. I have to face him.
You wanted my return. You did not need to destroy whole fleets or turn a living world barren for that. You only had to point the Empire and Republic to a shared adversary and let them do what they do naturally. Make war. The scores of dead have nourished me. I am awakened, and I bring with me death.
Do not fret, Wrath. You are still special to me. That is why I will kill you last.
That's my line.
The Emperor was not as strong as he might have been had Revan succeeded. But he was strong enough.
No! He was supposed to face me.
You're too weak. You won't last.
If we unite, what I am, won't it fade? Become diminished?
Lord Wrath, you have endured betrayal upon betrayal. You did not get where you are today through kindness or moderation. It has served you well. You make a fine example.
I don't know if I'm ready.
You have to be. We have to.
You are once again complete.
It's more than that. For the first time in a long time, I'm myself. Thank you for all you've done, and for all you've shown me. Dark days lie ahead. The darkest days. If my error can't be undone, everyone will pay the price. Brace for the worst.
With Revan defeated, the galaxy is safe. But for how long? Regardless, a victory is a victory, as we say our last goodbyes to Lana.
So I guess this is goodbye.
I suppose so. It's been an experience, Theron. Be well to yourself.
Yeah, you too, Lana. Try not to get into too much trouble, alright? It looks like you're finally getting rid of me. How's it feel?
Just leave.
No one jumps in front of Chad in the booty buffet line.
I don't know why I expected you to be civil. Have a great life there, Emperor's Wrath. Right up to when you become your master's food.
And then there were two.
And then there were two. It's a wonder we're even here, considering all we've had to endure. When I was advisor to Darth Arcus, I would never have imagined any of this.
If I didn't know any better, I'd think you were feeling a bit sentimental.
It's true, you've caught me. I do tend to get wistful when change is afoot. Darth Mar has taken notice of my accomplishments. It would seem he has plans for my future. What those plans look like, I can't say. What's clear is I'll need to re-establish order in my life. That means doing away with any intricate entanglements.
It's good to see you getting some much-deserved praise.
I wouldn't have received it if not for you. You've been close to me like no other. Whatever may come to pass between us, don't ever forget that.
Well, I have to say, Chad, it's actually quite mature of you, essentially getting shot down and taking it so well.
Lana's deceitful. I've seen it myself. Without knowing her true motivations, she could be a threat.
Oh, there it is. Why didn't I see that coming? Well, that's one way of you stopping you getting your balls mauled, I guess.
I appreciate your candor. It's important that we speak openly. The Empire grows ever stronger. The mining of Isotope 5 has bolstered our energy independence, and we're free from concern over the threat of Revan and his followers.
That's only part of the story.
Yes, our momentary truce is over. We remain at war with an emboldened Republic, and we still have countless enemies, both seen and unseen. I won't pretend to know how the Emperor's transformation has affected you. Enlighten me.
When the time comes, I will confront the Emperor, and he will answer to me.
Bold, unflinching. Good. You are of singular importance to our future. The Emperor may have abandoned you, but in my eyes, you are ever the Empire's wrath. The Empire is whole once more.
With the Revanite menace defeated, a new, much darker and stronger danger looms over the galaxy. What darkness will the return of the Emperor bring? Who is this strange form stalking Chad? And will he ever get to travel anywhere without going arse over tit? Find out next time in the Galactic Bullbaggery. That is the adventures of the most diabolical man in the galaxy, Galactichad.